You are not ready for this, ladies and gents. Everybody knows that Ripple won its case against the SEC. This was the moment we had all been waiting for. Unfortunately, the price has not gone up. A lot of people were scared, but they turned out to be false. And now the CEO of the company is in court fighting the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, to get back the money that investors lost when their money was stolen. The fact that this positive signal could send the price of XRP as high as $21,354.00 or more is pretty cool. There is no way you can miss this opportunity. It is the most bullish sign ever. All right, let's begin. The case between Ripple and the SEC has taken a surprising turn. The SEC has officially joined the case. It stopped suing Ripple, and now investors and lawyers are focused on what many see as the next logical step, giving XRP holders their money back. But this isn't just any reparations. It's a huge $500 billion, 0 cents payment. People who care a lot about XRP will want answers when everything is over. Jim Valley, a strong person who is also the founder of Val Hill Capital, is leading this effort. He says that the SEC's actions have caused XRP investors to lose a lot of money. In 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission labeled XRP as an unregistered investment. Valley says that XRP's price could have gone through a similar meteoric rise as Bitcoin's. It's possible that XRP will cost more than $10.00 a token. But the lawsuit caused a 75% drop in price, which forced big exchanges to take the asset off their lists and made it harder for people to use. One person tweeted, "This XRP news is huge." Elon Musk added his usual sense of humor to the conversation about rocks can be kicked by the SEC. This is a thought that a lot of people in the XRP community share, along with the belief that the SEC purposely caused the harm. One of the most well-known people who supports XRP, he wanted to get his anger out by telling the Securities and Exchange Commission that he wanted them to say they were dropping the Ripple case as soon as they could, finished all the other cases. People are getting more and more angry at the SEC for taking different positions on crypto laws. Why did projects like Ethereum get away with things while Ripple had to fight a long court battle? People who own XRP think that the answer lies in the bias of, instead of going to federal court, the Jimmy Valley-based Crypto Justice Coalition is leading a campaign to get 76,000 XRP holders who were represented by John Dion during the Ripple case paid back. They say that institutions are abusing their regulatory power and trying desperately to control the future of digital banking. It is well known that there is bias against Bitcoin companies there. Valley is looking into other legal options, such as the chance of having direct talks with officials. And story by John F. Kennedy Jr. that went viral says that the SEC is ready to give out an amazing $500 billion, 0 cents, after the official end of the initial coin offering ISO process. The people who have our real XRP? It's not just this one case where the growing calls for pay have led to rumors about a possible settlement. At the end of the day, fair pay will be given to people who own XRP. However, this demand shows how unhappy XRP buyers are, even though the idea is still just a guess. Making sense is easy. Today, the market value of XRP might have been more than $500 billion, 0 cents, if the SEC hadn't stepped in. Ripple is getting ready to start a big growth in the U.S. now that its legal problems have been fixed. The CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has been able to. It's clear that the company wants to grow in the U.S. market now that the legal cloud has been lifted. But what if I told you that the fight with the SEC was just the start? I agree with what Barbie tweeted, but what if I told you that the fight is just the start of XRP's real potential? Those that are expected will make it hard for you to explain a $10.00 increase. All of that is nothing compared to what might be coming next. The future of XRP is bigger than anyone could have thought, and cryptocurrency experts are making truly amazing predictions. Because of this, XRP has always been a magnet for crazy and bold statements, speculation, and market shocks that were not expected. The most recent bug, which for a short time showed XRP worth an amazing $21.35, has caused heated arguments once more in the community. Some people see it as a sign of XRP's untapped potential and a glimpse of a future where the asset soars to heights that have never been seen before. Now that the discussion is old, though, it's hard to believe that some people don't think it's just a technical glitch. John Squire wrote a message that went popular and summed up how loyal XRP holders are. In their jokes, they say that even though the world is falling apart, the markets are falling apart, and their personal lives are falling apart into bad luck, they are hanging on to their empty XRP wallets because they think they won't. A lot of people in the community believe that the real XRP breakout is coming soon, and they aren't the only ones. This thought was backed up by Manx's strong words, XRP, a big pump is coming. Going one step further, with 100% confidence, Steph said that XRP would easily go up 10 times this year. But then, even worse predictions came out. XRP Dragons said that the price of an XRP would reach $10.00, even though Crypto Geek said that XRP users would soon be able to buy one for $110.00. Large projections like these are exciting for investors, but they are still based on speculation and often don't have the reliable market research they need to be properly supported. Speculation that there has been a price problem with XRP before and that this is not the first time it has happened is backed up by the trend of price changes that don't make sense. In the past year, a number of sites have briefly shown XRP at ridiculously high prices whenever there was a lot of excitement about the town debates. For instance, Binance showed it at $5.79, and CoinMarketCap got it wrong and put it at $1.92. But for a short time, XRP was listed at $9.86. There are new rumors about what the price of XRP might be in the future. These rumors are interesting, but they are generally caused by system errors, issues with the data feed, or changes in liquidity, not real price swings, even though they make people excited. The truth is that the fundamentals of the market decide how much XRP is really worth. Some of the things that will eventually determine the path of this phenomenon are supply and demand, institutional adoption, and the clarity of regulations. A technology problem or a short show of an outrageous price won't change someone's mind.